We have Tijani Oladipupo, head of Norrenberger Advisory Partners, back with us for an equities update. Thank you, Tijani, for joining us once again. Let's get right to it. Let's start with trends so far at the equities markets. I was saying earlier how the market appears to be in a bullish run. Talk to us about what is driving this rally.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. There seem to be quite a number of factors. It seems to be that there's a high level of liquidity due to CBN policies in the last couple of months, much of which have actually culminated to this period. And of course, there's also a very high sentiment. We'll see that the wake of what has been the turnout of the MTN initial institutional investors equity sale, of course, running in excess of expectation. It seems to be that there's a quite a number of positive sentiment in the market, and that's on the back of the kind of earnings investors are also looking to. That's also in addition to institutional investors. Pension funds, of course, running in for the previous months, going into the equities market as well.
Let's talk about MTN Nigeria for a bit. Post-share sale, it's expected to become the most liquid stock on the market. Talk to us about how that reshapes the market dynamics, or maybe perhaps there won't be any at all, but just talk to us about what to expect.
So obviously, I would expect in terms of capitalization, we see MTN evolving as in terms of volume and size. In terms of what we expect, if you see one of the conditions of the retail, as indicated, is the bonus shares for the retail investors, for both retail and wholesale investors, and of course on the condition that they are able to hold for at least a 1-year period. And that, of course, is expected to create a lot of kind of stability for the stock, or on the back of which other analysts have expressed their concern, creating so much shares. As we're aware, even up to about 20.5 billion will be hitting the market between Q1 and Q2 next year. So we're hoping to see lots of activities in some secondary markets, even while this class of investors that are currently being created are going to hold on to these stocks.
Now, what are you telling your client about this MTN stock and the sale at 169? I understand there's still a discount in terms of where the stock is trading today, and this share price, entry price for both wholesale and retail investors.
Of course, in terms of hitting a stock price trading at discounts on the floor of the exchange, we've seen that. We've experienced that before. But of course, in terms of what to expect in value, our intrinsic value has shown the stock gradually up in excess of 200 naira per share, even though it's currently trading at a discount in terms of intrinsic valuation. So we're always telling our clients that yes, MTN is a good buy. We've seen the kind of expectations the company is looking to play in the market on the back of its 5-year strategic plan, which was released a couple of months ago. In terms of expansion to expect in voice call arena, and then of course in its payment fintech system, there's a whole lot of expansion going on. On the back of that as well, there's a whole lot of opportunities and what investors are to expect. So we're telling investors that yes, it is a good buy.
All right, with the market, the OSHA index at just over 5% year to date, talk to us about expectations for the rest of the year. I mean, just a couple of weeks left, but who knows? Talk to us about that.
So yes, we'll hope to experience a year-end effect, which like in the past. However, with the kind of liquidity and sentiment playing in the market, this may not be significantly negatively impacted as experienced in the past. It will come definitely, but of course, we do not see any significant trend from significant shift from what the market is currently doing.
Well, talk to us about, apart from MTN Nigeria stock, what stocks are top on investors' radar, the ones that have been perhaps on full bid or significant bid, etc.?
Of course, investors are looking in the direction of the financial services sector in the likes of FBN, We've seen the recent announcements on Access Bank in terms of its non-operating holdco. Investors are looking into those directions in terms of what the expectations are. Even though if we look to the H2 report, investors' expectations haven't been largely met, but of course, investors are still looking into that direction to see a very fruitful running out year for the banking industry. And of course, in addition to with the updates in the Omicron part of the health sector, investors are also looking into the health sector in terms of probabilities and what to expect on the back of CBN's policies significantly improving these sectors.
Well, talk to us about stocks that maybe don't make headlines too often, but still have strong fundamentals, can return good value to investors, and at great entry points at this point.
Excellent. So let me again pick it from the banking stocks. Currently, we have quite a number of them. Access Bank, I spoke to that earlier. GT Bank, of course. Stanbic is also in that direction, and then of course UBM Zenith. Of course, in the insurance sector, quite running on fundamentals. You have custodian, and then of course you have AXA. The packaged food industry, was still very strong up around Dangote Sugar, Honeywell Flour Mills. Of course, we've seen what is playing out with flour mills, Calvary as well. And then, of course, in their group products, we're looking to Como and Presco, still very strong fundamentals. In the healthcare sector, I've spoken to that. Likes of Fitsin still run on the board, and then, of course, name it.